Have you ever sat with yourself and asked, why in the world do I love like this in relationships? Why do I give way too much and accept way too little? Or why do I ignore red flags that I know are staring me right in my face? Or why does a man who distanced himself from me feel like such a huge rejection? Now, if this sounds like you, please know that behaving this way and overextending yourself in relationships is learned behavior. It is something that you learned to do when love didn't feel safe. So hey there, I'm Vanetta, and welcome back to the second episode in a series that I'm doing called Becoming a Secure Woman in Love and in Life. Now, if you've missed the first episode, please go and watch it. In that video, I talk about that critical moment when you are absolutely done with relationships that don't meet your needs. I also share my personal moment of being done, so I really want you to catch that first video, and I'll link it below. But today I'm going to explain the roots of why we overgive in relationships. So let me begin by sharing my own personal experience. Now, there was a time in my life when silence from my partner, let's say if he took too long to reply to a text message, it felt like an instant threat, or it felt like some danger was approaching, or it felt like something was severely wrong. Another example is when in a relationship, my partner would pull away like men sometimes do, because sometimes they just need space to figure out how they feel. But when this would happen, my whole nervous system would just go off. And what I would do when these things happen was I would try to fix them. I would try to fill the gap by doing more and giving more. And I didn't understand what was going on back then. All I knew is that when he began to pull away, I would panic. I just felt like I was being abandoned. But what I really didn't realize at that time was that those feelings weren't about my partner. They were echoes from my past, from the little girl in me who learned early in life that love was inconsistent. You see, sometimes I used to feel love as a child, and sometimes I just didn't. And this is how anxious attachment develops. Anxious attachment is when your nervous system has normalized and associated love with unpredictability and inconsistency. So please understand, if you show up in relationships overextending yourself, it is likely that when you were a child, love just wasn't reliable for you. It's likely that those who raised you, your initial caregivers, were emotionally unavailable to meet your needs, which meant you probably had to work to feel love, to earn attention, or to feel safe. So now, as an adult woman in relationships, when someone you care about pulls away, it doesn't just disappoint you. It triggers those old childhood wounds. And this is why you overgive and overexplain yourself and stay longer in relationships that don't meet your needs. And what I need you to understand is this doesn't mean that you are some weak, desperate woman. It means that your nervous system is doing the only thing it knows to do to protect you and to keep you safe. But the problem is your nervous system is trying to keep you safe with tools that no longer serve you. You see, staying quiet and small so you weren't seen as a problem or you weren't a burden, it kept you safe as a child. But as a full-grown woman in relationships, being quiet and small does not serve you. And as you unleash the secure woman within you, the woman who doesn't panic when love pulls back, you will have to create that safety within yourself. But to do that, you have to heal the root. So here's my reflection question for you. I want you to think about when you first learned that love could just disappear. Now, I know it may not be easy to think about this. This is very tender work to do, but I'm going to tell you it is sacred and it works. Because naming the root is how you stop blaming yourself for what wasn't poured into you as a child. It is not your fault that you didn't get your emotional needs met as a child. So I want you to think about and name when you first learned that love could just disappear. But I don't want you to just name it. I want you to journal it, because this is how you will pull all of those emotions out of you and how you will start to heal them. Now, I want you to do me a favor. Drop a heart in the comments if this hit home for you, if this resonated with you. And don't forget to come back to episode 3 of this series, because we are moving from awareness to reclaiming your power. And I'm going to talk about how to build boundaries, how to rebuild self-trust, and how to stop abandoning your needs. These are all the things I had to learn to build in myself, so I know that if I can do it, you can do it. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button and turn on the notifications, because I promise you, you don't want to miss this next part of your healing. I'll see you in the next video.